Dash, you should never tell me that. You take content creation too seriously. Oh yeah. Cause I'm out here. I'm on here. But I was just sitting here looking around and messing around this hat. I said, "Oh yeah, she done did something. She did something." So I'm sitting here watching this show. It's called Lioness. Anybody ever seen Lioness? This is good. This is so good. And then all of a sudden, something just was like, "Let me hop on here. Let me hop on here." Because something did come in my head, so I want to just get this out. Wait, but the first thing that came in my head was this. When my hat was like this is what I heard. This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. That's so weird and random. Anyway, this is what I was thinking about though. What God put on my heart to say. It's so crazy. He keep taking me back to this. He was like, he taking me back to this mindset of a hater thing, the mindset of a hater, an envious person, or just in general, somebody who just out here just doing stupid shit left and right, just malice, just envious, cynic, just cynic out here. He put on my heart like, man, the worst thing you could be, the worst person who should be reconsidering living life like that is a person with kids. And I was like, oh shit, why you bringing that up, guy? He said, man, if you out here on some cynic demon time out here and you got kids, that's the worst thing you could do, because he brought these things to me like, what goes up must come down. Every action equals an opposite or equal reaction. It's like Newton's third law of motion. So what goes out got to come back. And he was like, so the worst thing you need to be doing is out here on some cynic demon time, and you got kids, you got offspring, you got seeds up under you that's alive already. He said, because that energy that whatever you putting out coming back. So you might think you getting away with something, but sometimes I heard this and I don't know what exactly this means. He said, sometimes your kid can suffer your fate. That's some word like this I heard. I'm like, damn. I'm like, what you mean, God? He said, so you could be out here on some cynic demon time, just out here thinking you curbing, like they say, every dog got his day, thinking you curbing it, but sometimes it'll hop over you, and your offspring will have to suffer that. Because essentially, whatever cynic shit you doing and behave, like kids are like sponges. So whatever type of energy you out here working with, and especially if they small, what they say, that most absorbative time or time windows of the age for children as far as the environment is like from baby to like 7 years old, but probably even older than that. But if your kids are witnessing you, the certain type of behavior out here in the world, even if it's unspoken, man, they picking that shit up. They picking it up. Whether it's a mindset, a perspective, a behavior, a type of cynic demon time bullshit you be on. Like, kids absorb your shit. And so he put it on my heart to talk about. He said, so the worst person who should be out here on demon time, if you got to do that shit for whatever reason, unhealed, whatever shit was going on with you, if you got to do it, you don't need to be doing it, and you somebody with some kids. Because he said, what goes up got to come down. That's a law. That's a gravity law. So it's laws in this universe. It's laws that govern this universe. Spiritual laws, unspoken, unseen laws. So what goes out got to come back. That karma, all that shit, that ain't no lie. That's real. So he said the worst person, the silliest thing to do is if you got kids, is somebody who need to be out here on that demon time. You shouldn't be doing that, because I heard this. Your kids can suffer your fate. So you be thinking you be curbing destiny, and you might look like you got away with some shit. But if your kids ever been around you, or some seeds, it could be anybody who up under you, that's under your care. If they watching you and picking up your bad habits, somewhere in their little life, that shit gonna play out. So it might look like something skipped over you and you got away with something. But if they absorbed and picked up something from you that's more on a cynic behavior wise, they might be the one. That's why sometimes you see a dude that's a dope slanging dude out in the world, and he get away with it for all them years. He don't never get in no fucking trouble. He make a whole lot of money. But if he got babies and them kids grow up and become slanging people, but then you look up one that kingpin, one of his sons get murdered, one of them sons go to prison. So that shit skipped over him, and he thought he got away with something. But because his kids absorbed that mentality and picked up that behavior and did that shit and picked up that drug slanging, that slanging mentality, and they became adults and followed them same footsteps, that shit skipped over to daddy. But the kids suffer that. And sometimes them kids be sacrificed. Some kids get murdered and be put in jail for years and shit. So that's why he just put it on my heart. But he said this, it ain't never too late. You can change. Because it's a time delay. Like the shit that you put out in the universe, yeah, it's going to come back. If whether it's good or bad, it's going to come back because that's a universal law. What goes up got to come down. Every action equals an opposite or equal reaction. That's Newton's third law of motion. That's a real ass thing. The spiritual community call it karma. Look, but that's a universal law like gravity. What goes out got to come back. So it might hop over you, but something under you, somebody connected to you gonna have to deal with that. So he said the smartest thing you can do if you got kids is not be on that type of bullshit. That's the worst somebody to do it. But he brought that to my mind because specifically he brought people who be slanging out here. So that should be sometimes hopping over to the kingpin parent, the dad or mom or whoever. But them kids pick up that shit and become adults and start doing that same thing. And then you look up that kingpin, you look up one of them kids get murdered sometime. Unfortunately, some of them kids be going off to jail for many years. But then the parent be scot-free and they be looking like, yeah, I curved destiny. No, because essentially, I mean, I ain't judging it, but essentially a person who's slanging, you still sacrificing one of God's other children and you capitalizing off of a drug addiction that they have that's more than likely because they're hurting and they've been abused somewhere in their life and they don't know how to handle their mindset mentality. So they escape through drugs. So you making a financial profit off of somebody who's actually sick and wounded and hurt. So it's a lot of karma tied into that anyway. And so you rack up karmic debt for that. But no, he put that to my mind. So he said, that's why you got to be mindful. You got to be mindful. You got to be more careful. I heard that. You got to be more careful. But he said it's a time delay there. It's a time delay there. So what goes up got to come down. What you put out got to come back because that's a universal law. Everything that you put out, good or bad, is coming back because that's a seed that's getting sold. But he said it's a slight time delay. If you want that shit to not impact you or you feel like you got away with something and you thinking it's something skipped you, but you got kids, you need to figure out a way to spin your behavior and don't be doing the same bullshit because eventually somebody connected to you that's under you gonna have to pay for that. So if you wise, you got to be mindful of that, especially if you connected to youngsters. I don't care who it is. It ain't got to be your own kid. Anybody that's in your care that's connected to you, that love you. That's why they say sometimes you get separated from people and shit because sometimes people who on demon time, it could be anybody, friend, family, co-worker, a job setting, a corporation. If it's too much demon time out there going on with some you connected to, but you kind of like on a more loving light side, you connected to the light side of what's going on and trying to be a good person, a good heart. Sometimes God will eject you out of that environment because if you connected to the wrong people, even if you got a good heart, you will suffer that fucking karma that's connected to that person who's been on demon time. Even if you're a good person, that's why sometimes it be looking like life be when it all falls down. No, it don't be. No, he be trying to erect you out of a situation. Because you will get the motherfucking karma hit your ass just like you was a perpetrator, even if you got a good heart. So he'll disconnect you from people who you are not in the same. That's how that be working. But just despite of that, he just said that if you got kids and you on demon time, think about that, all right? If you got people and seeds up under you that's connected to you, anybody, people you love, it ain't got to be your kids. If you on demon time and you got people in this world that you still love, family, friends, fucking cousins, any of that, and you close with these people, stop. Because when you on demon time, whatever you connected to could fucking get hurt behind that. Because every action equals an opposite or equal reaction. Karma is real. There's spiritual laws out here. And the first thing I heard was our people perish from lack of knowledge. They don't want you to know that shit. And that's why sometimes them karmic loops and cycles and looking like a whole bloodline, a whole group, a whole population of people, a whole certain geographical area keeps suffering all this fucking bad luck and karma. No, that's because you be that whole group of people, that whole population, that whole race, that whole bloodline be in the dark for fucking years. They don't even be knowing nothing about no goddamn karma, nothing. They don't be knowing about karma. They don't be knowing about spiritual laws, universal laws. They don't be knowing about nothing. So that same behavior be getting repeated. But they be thinking this bad luck, life ain't fair. No, it's shit. It's spiritual laws that govern this universe. That's not spoken of. That's why it's important for you to get to the nitty gritty and understand the root, understand that you divine. It's other shit that be going on. You ain't got no bad luck and your kids ain't got no bad luck. Sometimes you be, I mean, hypothetically, even if something was going on with me, and I'd be like, well, why the hell bad shit keep happening to me? I don't know. My daddy could have been, my great-great-grandpa could have been a fucking pimp somewhere down there and had like women trafficking going on and some shit. And he thought he got away with that and he lived to get old. And he, goddamn it, was having all sex up into his 80s and 90s and died of natural causes. But long story short, he hurt a lot of women back there. And then you look up, I come along and I'm wondering why the energy or the interactions or there's something that's going on with, or if I was a man or something, for example, a man or woman, but just all I'm trying to say is sometimes shit can skip over somebody if you're doing stupid stuff, but people down the road, that's your descendants can suffer that shit for something. That's why it is a big old huge karmic loop. And just the most important thing is just to get it straight. He said it's a time delay, but you can correct that. You can correct that so that you can get back on the right side of karma. Because everything that you do in your life, whether you do it, that's why they say that how you can judge a person's character is what they do when ain't nobody watching. When ain't nobody watching, because you think ain't nobody watching, but the universe, God sees everything. Everything that you doing, thinking, whatever you own, that shit is being recorded. That is being literally like energetically recorded because everything is connected. So you don't get away with shit. So if you got people that's you connected to that you fucking love, I don't care if it's pets only, whatever it is, you got some in your life that you love, reconsider behaviors that's dark and shit. Reconsider that. Stop it. Just stop. Just figure out a way to just search in your heart and get to the root of why you feel like that, why you want to do that kind of stupid shit, and heal that and let that part of your personality go. Because even for you to have that mentality or to want to do cynic shit, that's a curse right there that somebody then implanted in your head because you wasn't born thinking like that. Like my mama used to say, we all born like a blank piece of paper. So that cynic behavior, demon time, malice, envious, jealous, want to see a person do bad, wishing ill will on somebody, praying on people downfall, hoping they die and shit, all of those stupid ass shit. Those are seeds of demonic fucking thoughts and shit that was implanted into you to begin with. That ain't even your damn mindset. That's not your real mindset. That's because you've been around some cynic ass adults and shit. And you absorbed that. You was programmed and conditioned to think like that. Just think about it. So that's not even really you. So the faster you can get to the root of that, or what got you thinking like that and making you want to show up like that in this world, the faster you can get to the root and the core of who did that to you. Like Oprah Winfrey say, people ain't bad, but people are wounded. People are wounded. A lot of us, you are wounded, and it's almost like, well, what happened to you? What happened to you? Get to the root of that shit. Don't let that get all carried away to where you damn near become a fucking monster, but then you got offspring and shit, and you be hoping that everything work out good for them, but you a monster out here? How that work? That math ain't mathing. So he put it on my heart, and I just wanted to tell somebody, look, it ain't never too late to change that shit around. It's just not. It's not. It's not too late. And if you feel like it's too late, still consider switching your energy, switching your mentality, healing your heart so that the things that's connected to you, even if you feel hopeless, even so that at least what's connected to you can have a chance. Give them a chance. They deserve that chance because they didn't ask to be here. If you're a person who adopt kids, any of that. If you got anything or anybody connected to you that could be influenced by you, you ain't got no business being on no fucking demon time, period. Because what you doing is you impacting them. You impacting their destiny. You forming and programming and conditioning somebody that is innocent. You be robbing them of their fucking innocence and don't even know it. So just stop. Just stop. Grow up, heal your mindset, and get that shit right and stop it. Because they don't deserve that. Minors don't deserve that. Anybody that's connected to you don't deserve to have to suffer from some bullshit that you into or that you was into or a way you feel like you need to be acting out here in the world. No. Because anything connected to you could damn near suffer the consequences of your ass. So what if all of us thought like that? And heal and switch that shit up. You ain't got to be out here like that. You just don't. And it's just bullshit. And that's just the trick of the devil to make you think you got to be out here on demon time and doing bullshit all the time. Being mean and being hateful, disrespectful, mad at the world, want to blow up shit and all of that, want to fight. No, that's not normal. You weren't born like that. So the faster you realize it and get that through your head and realize, like Mama said, everybody is born like a blank piece of paper. And the only thing that would influence you to make you think you need to be out here fucking raising hell and being a hell raiser out here in the world is something that was programmed and conditioned into you. Somebody influenced you to have that kind of mentality. That shit ain't normal, because babies are not born like that. So get to the root. Get to the root. Heal yourself. Figure out what's wrong with you. Why are you so hateful? Why the fuck are you like that? That's not normal. And evidently that's a curse or some psychological curse in your bloodline. So break that shit up off of you before you have another fucking kid. How about that? So I love you. And I know I sound all like because I know it's important. And that's why they say you want to change the world, change yourself. Look at the man in the mirror and figure out, how am I showing up in this world fucked up and sour, knowing I got people that's looking and watching me? How can I shift the narrative? How can I change this shit up? Why be like every other ignorant ass somebody out here going through life ass backwards? Why do that? It just don't make sense. And at some point it's like, take accountability for that and break that motherfucking demonic possession off your mind so that your offspring and anybody else connected to you that's a minor won't be programmed and conditioned to do the same fucking thing. It's just not fair to them, and it's not worth it. It's not fair to you. And if you still alive, you got hope. You can change and shift that shit up. You ain't got to stay like that. You just don't. And that's a lie. So I'm just sharing this with y'all because he put it on my heart random. And I was sitting here just goofing off, messing with the damn dog. But I said, somebody need to hear this. It's not too late. You ain't got to stay like that. You weren't born like that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that anybody out here that's on demon time that's free, you was not born like that. So that means that it could be reverse engineered, reprogram your mind and stop being lazy. That's all it takes. And you worth that. And your bloodline is worth that. So consider it. I love y'all. And that's why I'm sharing it. Because I wouldn't even plan on coming back on here. Especially, I'm still in these old crunched up, wrinkled ass pajamas. But I was like, nah, fuck this. Somebody need to hear this. And I'm telling you from a loving place, like they say, sometimes the truth, it'll set you free, but first it'll piss you off. It will piss you off. Because I imagine whoever on the other end of this is like, man, shut up. Especially if you own demon time. And I get that. But that's a demonic entity attached to your mindset that will even make you react like that. Do you realize that? That shit ain't normal. But like they say, I wouldn't, if I didn't care about you and didn't love you, I wouldn't tell you this. I wouldn't even share this shit that come on my heart. I could be doing anything. Plucking the fucking hairs out of my nose. Like, I mean, it's something, but it's like, look, when somebody comes to you with raw truth, even if it fucking irritates you, you got to know that's coming from love. People who lie to you and making you think you doing shit right when you know at the core you really be on some cynic shit, them people don't fucking love you. They don't love you. They ain't looking out for you. They don't even want to correct you. That's the stupidest shit in the world. And if you got them old people pleasing yes man ass people in your life like that don't tell you the truth, you need to question that. And the truth, I mean, and not to hurt your feelings, but the truth of like, no, because I want to see you grow and evolve. I don't want to see no man be back there stuck. And I'm going to just sit here and lie because I just want to be a ha-ha dookie eater friend. Like, what the fuck is that? No. It's about helping other people in this world evolve. And people need to know the damn truth. You weren't born like that. You were not born like that. So don't let nobody lie to you. And that's why when you're a parent, you also got to be careful what the hell you be saying over your kids, because you be fucking just any type of derogatory language and shit. You got to watch what you calling your kids. You gonna be stupid like your daddy. All of that old stupid ass shit. No, you can't. Or you gonna be fast like your mama. And then you wonder why all of a sudden your daughter grow up and she kind of loose. Like, you got to watch how you talking. Words is curses, all that. That's why you got to be aware of what's going on. Words are spells. Like, words. That's all important and it's powerful. But I think a lot of people don't even know this kind of stuff. So do your research. Just try to understand so you can have a better human existence. And some of that blind leading the blind type thing, it'll stop. Some of them cycles will stop. You're worth that, man. So I'm gonna let y'all go. My damn arm tired. But I love you, and I hope my intention is that whoever ears need to hear this will come across this, because this is coming from a genuine heart space. Even if it is a little brash, like, no, it's coming from a heart place, and I wouldn't share it. If I didn't care, I wouldn't even share it. Just know that. So try to receive this and figure it out. Figure it out. It's a time delay. You can shift it. You can switch the narrative of it up if you out here and you know that it's some shit that you can work on. You can switch it up. So you worth that and consider it. Okay? Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.